Today I want to talk about t-shirt designs and how I come up with ideas on how to make them. I probably made hundreds of different drawings and tried them out on shirts, trying to imagine what other people would think or how they would feel wearing them and so on and so forth. So I wanted to give out a few tips regarding how I get the job done. So let's do it. But first, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit that bell right now. When I make t-shirt designs, I like to keep a few things in mind. The first thing I think about is how the design is related to the brand. This is something I have to think about in general for design, so for t-shirts it's really no different. But for t-shirts, if there's a specific style or brand, you want to most likely stick with that theme because that's what the brand's fans are already accustomed to. Secondly, I go online and I look at inspiration and references to different things I might want to include in some artwork or a t-shirt. Sometimes my keywords get a little weird. So after I decide how I want the design to play out, I think about how the colors might look against the shirt. Most of the shirts are either black tees or white tees for a couple reasons. One, it's very easy to match pretty much any color with a black tee or a white tee. And two, oftentimes white tees and black tees are cheaper to have shirts made on than other colors for some reason. I guess it's just the most popular color for people to pick when they shop. I also, now this is rare, but sometimes I like to look into shoe colorways and maybe even steal some inspirations from sports teams. They all have the colors that match really, really well. Sometimes depending on how the shirt is going to be made, you have to consider the amount of colors you use. If you're going to have an embroidered shirt or a shirt that's going to be screen printed, then you should keep your colors to a minimum. The more colors and complexity, the more difficult and expensive it might be to get the shirt created. Me personally, when I get around to the last steps of the design, I like to try to think of different ways that phrases might lay out on the shirt. Sometimes at the beginning, I already know what I want the shirt to say, if anything. And then again, this is usually related to the brand. So like, for example, athletic type brands or clothes might have some motivational words on there. I only really like to use a phrase if I think it's catchy though. Some people prefer to use shock value or a play on different phrases. When I think of a t-shirt, I feel like it's a message you're showing to everyone that sees you wearing a shirt. So it's something to really consider when putting designs together. Next, I think about the layout of how it'll look on a shirt. A fun and safe route to go is by putting your design in a circle, an oval, or a square centered right in the middle of the t-shirt. You can also see how other shapes work out. Sometimes I go for triangles too, but really for me, I'm just sort of looking for a way to kind of keep the design balanced. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the like. I don't know if you can hear that, my son over here. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure that you hit like. Thanks for watching as always. Peace out.